Morning everybody, I'm John. Welcome back to Shimoda Life. In this kind of mini-series of timber framing in Japan, today we're going to continue on the timber frame preparation, not yet, building up the structure, but the preparation. And we're going to start on the roof structure today, which we're going to build on the ground. Before that, I want to, first of all, thank the new subscribers. I've seen quite a few of you come in the last week, and I love it. Thank you for joining. Because there's new subscribers dropping in all the time, I don't actually know where you drop in to the channel. And I want to just kind of give you a 30-second summary of what is going on here so you know where you are in the story. Shimoda Life is me trying to build a mountain homestead here in the town of Shimoda, which is about 3 hours south of Tokyo. This is a coastal town, very small town, and beautiful tourist town. And my wife and I live here, just down the road over there. But we're preparing to build a house on a piece of mountain land that we bought a few years ago. My goal is to build a house on that mountain land. And that's actually going to start happening in the next 6 months probably. But before then, I've got to learn how to build a timber frame, which I've never done before. The sawhorse that I'm sitting on right now is the first timber framing project I ever did about 2 months ago. The second project, which I'm in the middle of right now, is the timber frame tiny house, which is the little sub-segment of this channel that you're watching right now. Okay? There, that's the brief summary. So, welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is a long, continuous story, so please, jump back to the beginning and catch up, or just stay tuned going forward and watch the timber frame build, watch the homestead build on the mountain, watch that mountain property develop into a real livable space. Okay? Okay, so I've got Bee with me today, my little dog, and I got my coffee, so we're going to get started on the roof. Now, let me introduce you to the structure of the roof. Okay, here's my drawing, which I've shared with you before. We initially started with the long sills and the short sills and the floor joists. That allowed us to, or that was creating the floor structure. Completed that. Then we did bent number 1, this H-shaped structure, which is on the south wall. Bent number 2, which is the H-shaped structure in the center of the building. And bent number 3, which we finished last episode. So now today, we get started on the roof structure. And I was calling this a sill plate, I think. But anyway, it's a plate. There's 2 of these long beams right here. And they are very intricate, okay? There's a lot of mortising to be done here on 3 of 4 sides. So it's going to take a lot of work. And I'm going to get started on it right now. It'll probably take me this weekend to get these 2 fine-tuned. And then next weekend is a holiday weekend. I've got 3 days, so I'll come back and I'll work on the rafters next weekend. By the end of these 2 weekends, I should have the roof structure complete, and then essentially all the major components of the house are complete. Just got to put it together at that point. Okay? Okay, the first joints I'm going to make are called step lap joints. These are what the rafters are going to sit into. And let me share with you what the book has to say about them. The top of the plates get one of the coolest joints in timber framing, the step lap rafter seat. Okay? And just let's have a look at this, right? This is the outside edge of the sill. This will be the outside wall, and this will be the upper surface. So the rafter will sit in these little pockets like this. Okay, the strategy is to cut the edges of the lap first, and then chisel it out. and then just chisel out the wood in the step. Okay. Ooh, ooh, look at that. That is perfect. Wow. Didn't expect that. This one got hogged out way too much down there. But the ends are fine, so it'll seat properly. But this one, look at that. Wow. Okay, day one, Saturday, finished. I did manage to get quite a bit done. All of it is roughed out, and tomorrow morning, I hope, I'll come back and finish all the steps. I got all the laps roughed out, but I need to do all the steps now, and those are kind of the time-consuming one. So good progress for a Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow and continue. So as I get started again on this beautiful Sunday morning, I look at, how I improved over the course of yesterday. My first one was pretty bad, but by the sixth or seventh one, I started to get the feel for it. But it just seems to be becoming more natural, and the cuts are getting cleaner. Possibly because I also sharpened the chisels midday yesterday. It's helping me cut a little bit smoother and easier. So always keep the chisels sharp and just keep doing it until it becomes natural, I guess. Let me just show you the 3 or 4 different techniques that I have to use to judge. First of all, Yeah, they have to be marked out correctly. That's the first assumption. The lines have to be measured, you know, 2.5 inches, 1.5 inches in, etc., etc. They have to be. It has to be laid out correctly. But then you want to see, after you've chiseled, is your 45-degree angle straight? So assuming that this plane here is flat, and I know it is, you lay your speed or your combination square on and slide it in. The other thing you have to do is check if the width of the cut is sufficient for the rafter to go in. And so I have this off cut of a 4x4, which is what the rafters will be made of, and I slide it in. And so it's got to be able to fit, otherwise I have to take down one of the edges. Also, I can slide it in, and then I can see if it seats properly. Okay. This step, this is the lap, this is the step. The step is a little bit more difficult. First of all, you just have to measure the depth. It has to be 1.5 inches in. My combination square is set for 1.5 inches, and you just lay the body of the combination square against this angle and check, and you slide it along, and if it's okay, it's okay. I also want to check the width of it because it could be different. So we take the block and we put that in. We check if it seats properly. It seems to. It's got this one's just perfect. The other ones are, most of the other ones are just a little bit tight. They're going to have to be pounded into place. But this one seems really nice. I finished 18 of the rafter pockets, and it's time now to cut off the ends to length, and then I think I'm gonna flip them over and do the post mortises. There's 3 mortises that'll go in the bottom when these sit on top of the posts. Anyway, it is now like 1:30 in the afternoon on day 2, so it took me, let's say, 12 hours to do these 19 pockets. Okay. Well, I managed to get the post mortises knocked out, and I still have to do a housing. It's a 1/2 inch cutaway right here that the post will kind of settle into. And I think I can knock that out in 15 minutes, all of them. And then probably I'm going to call it a day. We will have completed almost all of these 2 sills. We've got these done. Fantastic couple of days. The next episode will be a very quick dry fit of the posts to make sure that their tenons fit these mortises, and then we get started on the rafters. That's going to be fun. So please hang out with me next time, and thanks for hanging out with me this time. Take care, and see you soon.